Now run, registered with GST. Okay, this is the third example. We would be covering about control structures in VBA. That is also programming essentials of VBA. But what is control structures in VBA? Introduction about program flow, decisions, and logic. We'll see here what is control structure. It determines how a program executes, controls control sequence, decisions, and repetitions, and logics and intelligence to VBA program. We would be discussing in the next slide meaning of program flow. Order. Flow means order in which statements execute. Decision, start, end, and direction of execution. Without it, code runs only top to bottom. Why control structures are essential? Because of decision making, automate through repetition, business rule implementation, intelligence, Excel solution. Types of control structure: sequential, decision, loop, or iteration. What is sequential? We will know in the next slide. It executes line by line, no conditions or repetitions used for simple calculations. Here, only executions. There is no conditions, okay, or repetitions. Just do one time and execute and get your result, and that's all. Decision control, where flow changes based on the conditions. It is known as true and false evaluation, like if in Excel, if, multiple if, here, if then, if else, select case. We will know all these conditions here, flow chart. Uh, this is start and this is stop, oval shape. These are input and output, these two, 1, 2, 3, 4, output, input, output. That is square, but in another shape. This is diamond, where the decisions has to be made here, and a rectangle where the processes will be done. Okay, which type of process will be applied? That is a rectangle shape, and square for input output. Oval shape is for start end. That is actually, and diamond is for that we will know here. So guys, this is all about flowchart, and we have already discussed about the um, control structures, how VBA or other any program will control the structures, and we will learn another part of that, how to what's it, how to execute all those programs. Okay, from sequential, decision, and loop iteration as well. These three will be examined one by one in another video. Thank you. Office automation examples we will discuss about, like for example, an institution gives the result, print out the result, pass or fail. That is condition, if or then. GST per row, full loop, for loop actually, my mistake, until blank, जब तक कोई चीज खाली ना हो जाए, खत्म ना हो जाए, do while, तब तक करते रहो. मैन्युअल लॉजिक, सिलेक्ट केस. जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल मेन्यूज में अगर मुझे कोई दिन सिलेक्ट करना हो कि आज अगर 1 आ रहा है तो दैट इज संडे, 2 आ रहा है तो मंडे, 6 आ रहा है तो फ्राइडे, और 7 आ रहा है तो दैट इज सैटरडे. इस तरह से, या फिर दिसम क्वार्टर का भी सिलेक्शन हो तो दैट इज सिलेक्ट केस. ओके, now what are the flowchart symbols? We must know all these things. That oval shape, start and end, it will tell the program that where to start and where to end. That is actually oval shape. Oval shape. Rectangle process, rectangle process, it will be for Rectangle for processes, actually. Here is the button, that is rectangle or process. And diamond for decision. Diamond is here, that is for decision making, where the decision that and arrow flow direction. Okay. Now I will that flowchart symbols. We must know all these things. Okay. Thank you. Under control structures, we should also know about some program logic like option explicit and if means decision making. The second part is loop, and third part is iteration, and so more, so many things. But first, option explicit and conditional, that is sequential. Okay, that if the condition is true, if the condition is false, if we are having multiple conditions. Okay, and some conditions is having another conditions, like for example, if I will have to look after the marks obtained by a student, first we will check the student has appeared for the exam or not. The first part. The second part is the students is securing the minimum marks to pass the group or subject. Okay, means a condition that a student is appeared or not. This is first condition. And the second condition, the group or subject is passed or not. दिस इज नेस्टेड इफ टर्म्ड एज इफ के भीतर इफ. ठीक है. तो इस तरह से जो है प्रॉब्लम्स को हम लोग देखेंगे, समझने का प्रयास करें. फ्रेंड्स, option explicit under control structures is very important to know that what is option explicit in control structure. I will show you into code. Yeah. Now the point is, I'm just writing here the code. Okay, this is a code and test total. It has an answer in immediate window, test one, that has to be done 150. Why I have written a variable total. Okay, instead of total, which I already written here, total is equal to 100. Okay, but here total, the second part of this. Now it will not be showing any error because we have not declared any variable. Though we have not declared variables, the code is considering the variables. There are two variables. First one is total and the second is total. Why we should write total instead of total? Okay, this is my spelling mistake. Okay, now the part, same part, copy. I go to the module 3 where the option explicit is available. If I use this, now if I run this code, it will not be, it has compile error, variable not defined. Okay, once again I show you. Now dim total as integer. Now whether this code will be run? No, variable not defined. Where the variable is not defined, I just show you. F8, press F8, where the code is actually running here. Which variable is not defined? That is total. And I got my error. I will just reset this and go to total, and I will change this. I write here total. Okay. And if I write here total in print debug.print, it has same errors. Means it will navigate that where the error is. Now the answer is coming 150. Means wherever the variable name is not matching with the declared variable, it will show a difference. That is actually error, not the difference. That is error, compile error. And it will show the compile error due to name not defined or variable name not defined. This is the use of option explicit. Now we come to the point that beside option explicit, Under control structures, what should we know? Okay, the second part is the nested loop or if statement. What is if statement? I'm just showing you here. Uh, in module 2, I will write here option explicit and press enter. This is subject. I want just a result pass. Okay, subject true condition. That is if then. If I write if then one, example one. Okay, now I am declaring here dim x is equal to greater than or equal to 40. It has error because greater than symbol will come first. Sorry, that is wrong. As integer. Okay, now x is having value 40. Now I am writing a condition if x greater than or equal to 40, then message box x is message box pass. Just right here, message box pass. Now, if I run this code, blocked with and if, sorry, that is and if. Now, here run this code, it has passed. Means just one condition. Okay, that is for true result only. This is, hope you get the answer. And just write another example, copy, paste, then 2, if then 2. And I am writing here is, I will have to declare is, age is 18. Okay, now greater than or 18, is greater than or equal to 18. That is voting right. Okay, now when I run this code, it will show voting right. These are the conditions. Now, for example, that if for the third one is if then 3, that GSTN STN. Okay, GSTN as a string. Now I write here GSTN is equal to for example 20 A B C D E 1 2 3 4 F 1 Z M. Okay, here what's wrong here? I'm showing you what is wrong here. End of a statement. Actually, I am declaring as a string without quotes. Okay, that's why it is showing error. Now, if I write here GSTIN, okay, or if I write here GSTIN is equal to nil, then message box not registered with GSTN. Okay, GST. Now, if I run this code, I'm running this code. What happened? That is not null. Henceforth, no result. Okay, have you got it? Because this is not null. Okay, if I write here not null, then registered and with GST. Now run registered with GST. Okay, this is the third example of if then. The second part is I will change this module one if then. Yeah, it is like depreciation. आप लिख सकते हैं कि अगर मान लो more than 180 days, then 50% of the depreciation rate would be applicable. But true result only. Okay, this is all about three types of examples. I'm just showing you what I'm doing here. Yeah. Okay. Now, what I will be closing this one. It is showing. Yes. Uh, I will be minimize this. Okay. Here are the examples. Now, I will add a new module if then view tab properties window or F4. This is module 1 which has to be changed with if else. Okay, this is if else, and now we will switch to if else. Yeah, if else. Now option explicit subject if then else one. When we have both the both result both results results that is true or false, true or false. Now the same I will be selecting here, for example, copy and switch to this. Okay, I'm pasting it here, and subject written twicely, and subject if then three is written here, that has to be deleted. Now dim GSTN as a string, whether the GSTN, yes. Now if, now once again I will say here else. Okay, else message box not registered. Now if I run this code, what will happen? It is showing registered. And if I write here nothing, then it will show expected error because GST is nothing now. It has not registered. Okay, this one. Now it will show means both the answers true or false. Okay, conditional. That is if then else, and like this that whether the TDS has been deducted or not. TDS amount is null or not null into range. All this program has to be written for your office automation. So guys, this is about if then else. Okay, we will write another program for TDS, that whether the TDS amount is deducted or not. Okay, like TDS amount. We will start writing here subject TDS missing. How to find here TDS missing? Dim TDS as integer. Now TDS is equal to 1000. If I write here the code, if TDS is not null, then message box TDS deducted. Okay, else TDS not deducted. What I did here, I have not written any message box. Now the code is okay. Now I write here and if. Now whether the code will be running here, it has debug where the line, because if is started but end if is not started here. Now once again, if TDS not null. Okay, that is if TDS is equal to G, not equal to 0. Okay, what was wrong here? That I have chosen TDS as integer and TDS is given 1000 where the condition was null value, which is actually a string. Okay, henceforth it was showing error. Now TDS deducted. If I write here 0, then it will show TDS not deducted. Okay, this was the second TDS missing. The first part was subject if then else. One मीन्स एल्स के साथ मुझे यूज करना है इफ एल्स भी चलता है अब द सेकंड पार्ट इज इफ means if else will be used to know either true condition result and or false condition result. Okay, means there are two types of either decision yes or no. That is actually now I will be changing this if else if. Okay, what is if else if? Now we have multiple conditions. What is multiple conditions? Here, for example, uh, a student is having more than 70, that is excellent, or grade 1, okay, grade A. And if the student is having more than 60, it has B. And if the student is having more than or equal to 50, that is good, or otherwise fail. Okay, attempt, one more attempt required. That is the remarks actually. Here, I will be writing here subject, that is status. Okay, result status, result status. Here, I am showing you This one is now here it is a conditional result. Now I will be declaring here dim std one as a string dim std marks. I write here std as a string std marks as integer. Okay, this one. Now I will be declaring that std is equal to, I mean, std marks is equal to 50. Now what would be the condition? That if std and if std is equal to Amit and std marks greater than or equal to 70, then msg box std got a grade. If I write here else if std, same condition I will be writing here, copy, paste, 60, then B grade, once again, else if I'm changing the condition here, don't worry. I write here a plus 1, a plus, here a plus, sorry, a plus, this is now grade A, and now this is grade B, and here 50. Okay, and then answer what's happening if else, enter. Now else SD box attempt required. Okay, if I run this code, what will happen here? Compiler block if, okay, I have not written and if this is and if. Now run this code, got B grade because this is just answer 50. Okay, if I write here 49, then attempt required. Okay, and if I write 60, then this time the student is not showing here message box std if I write here before. Okay, what's wrong here? Message box. STD. If I run this, Amit got a variable. Okay, what I will do here, we will use STD and plus. Plus is to concatenate. So this is my code, and if I write here 78, then we will get answer. Amit got A1 grade. This was the code wherever we are required if else if. Okay, we may write here or we may use else if like this. Don't worry. So guys, if I write here 39, then attempt required. Also, we may write here std plus Amit is required. Okay. Now once again, Amit attempt required. This is a code. Now we can write here that if else if. Once again, there are some more cases has to be discussed. Like you may try which type of codes. I'm just giving you GST applicable or not. GST applicable बताना है आपको, अदरवाइज रिजल्ट नहीं बताना है, और दूसरा GST applicable था या नहीं था. If then date, serial number, month, date, mark as integer, pass, fail. This already got. If else if, same as in Excel. Okay, don't worry. We may try here that whether the taxable amount, the individual is having taxable amount or not. Else if, and this one is nested if. Nested if we will be discussing in the next videos. Today's videos is very large, and hopefully you would be getting a very perfect example of nested if and case selection. Okay, we will be discussing about case selection. Select case, that is actually select case. Select case. Don't worry. Yeah, it can be used for declaring quarter, declaring uh, days, month, or any other cases like GSTs. Whether GST applicable or not, it may be used as the case, that is condition. Case means condition here. Condition 1, condition 2, condition 3, but we are not using the condition word. We will be using case word. Okay, case 1, case 2, case 3, case 4, case 5, like this. Okay, so guys, this is all about option explicit. Guys, this is all about option explicit and other variables. Sorry, control structures program. We have discussed it today. If then, where just true result. If else then. Okay. If then else means where the two result only, just two result, true or false. Okay. And the third point is where we have multiple, that multiple means multiple conditions. Okay, like marks, GST applicable, whether the GST number is proper or not, valid number or not, whether the state is available or not, both are matching or not. That is logical condition and or not. we have already discussed about operators, and we will be discussing in next coming codes. So don't worry. This is uh, not the list. कहते हैं this is the list but not the last. Sorry, this is the list but not the last. तो हम लोग आगे भी कोड पे चर्चा करते रहेंगे। इस तरह से आप लोग टास्क बनाइए, खुद से प्रैक्टिस कीजिए, जितना ज्यादा प्रैक्टिस करेंगे उतना ज्यादा बेटर। कहते हैं, फिर से वही बोलते हैं जो कल मैंने दोहराया था अपने वीडियो में, जितना अच्छा प्रैक्टिस कीजिएगा उतना ज्यादा प्रोफेशनल होइएगा। ठीक है, तो क्लीन कोड लिखना सीखना है हमें, तो बेटर प्रैक्टिस करते रहिए। धन्यवाद।